Welcome to Climbing Daily, coming to you live from the Epic TV warehouse, because it's raining outside. On today's show, we're featuring a mini documentary from an extraordinary man. After this, you are not going to forget the name, Aron Anderson.
You know, sometimes when I go to parties, people ask me what I do if they haven't met me before, and I tell them I climb mountains, and they look at me like, what? What did you say? My name is Aron, I'm 28 years old, I'm from Sweden, and I'm a professional adventurer. When I was 7 years old, I was in a car going down to my grandparents, and I got this really strange kind of pain. Eventually the doctors found a tumor, a cancer tumor, kind of the size of a small fist in my lower back. And after that I had a really tough year, a year full of chemo and radiation therapy to kill the cancer. But unfortunately it didn't work. So when I was 9 years old, I had cancer. I had surgery for the cancer and ended up in a wheelchair because of the surgery. Before I got sick, I always loved to do sports. So when I was recovered from the cancer, I wanted to start doing sports again. So I started wheelchair sports, and I competed at, I think it was like 4 Paralympics. I did athletics, I did sledge hockey, I did sailing, and I did pretty much everything. And I loved it. So I was actually a professional wheelchair racer until I was 24, and I was really focusing on the Paralympic Games in London. And during that time, I started having problems with my right hip, starting getting really bad pains, and eventually I had the surgery, and because of the surgery I had to quit wheelchair racing. And then I was like, oh, okay, what am I supposed to do now? I don't really know. And that led me into adventures, because during that period one of my friends challenged me to climb the highest mountain in Sweden called Mount Kebnekaise. And we did that, and it was scary. I didn't know if I would make it, but it was such an amazing experience sitting there at the top, feeling like, okay, I did it. When I was 9 years old, I had surgery for cancer, ended up in a wheelchair, and today I'm at the top of Sweden. And that just led me to do more and more and more. And in the beginning of 2015, I had a dream together with some friends that we wanted to climb Kilimanjaro and also raise a lot of money for Childhood Cancer Foundation and cancer research. So we put together a team with 27 people, and we all did it together. Like in the beginning, it's 35 degrees and it's monkeys running around, and then you get up to this kind of moon landscape, which is really cool, and then you get up the last bit towards the summit and you see the sun rising, and it's a really amazing experience. You know, on a mountain I can walk a little, I can use my legs a little bit, so I usually use crutches, and on Kilimanjaro I had an arm bike as well, a hand bike, that's like a mountain bike, but I power it with my hands. So I use those two things, and sometimes when the terrain is challenging, I kind of have to crawl up. I have to push myself really, really hard to be able to go up a mountain. Like when I go together with an able-bodied climber, you know, that person can go really slowly, and I'm still working my max to keep up. And people see that I'm really struggling, I'm having a hard time, and then they feel like, oh, I can't be tired now, I have to really do this. So they usually get motivation from me being really tired and having a tough time, and you need to get perspective on your life. When they're up on the mountain, they think they're working hard, and then they see me working 3 times as hard, and then they get kind of perspective on their life. Okay, I can work harder, you know, it's nothing. So what we had to do at Kilimanjaro, we had to have a high camp at 5,700 meters, and sleeping up there was challenging. In the last few years I've done many big projects, but I would say the most challenging one was last year when I swam from Sweden to Finland. And I'm a beginner swimmer. I only started swimming a year prior to that, so as a beginner swimmer I could only use my arms during the swim. And the big challenge was that it was super cold. I mean, the water was like 14 degrees, and swimming in 14 degrees for like 13 hours, 37 kilometers, it was really, really tough. So, I guess a lot of people think I'm crazy, but not so many people doubt me anymore that I can do these things. I'm in Chamonix right now to prepare for climbing Mont Blanc, so So today we'll be meeting guides and other people to gather information how we're going to do this project in the best possible way. So that's one of my next big projects. And later in the summer I'm planning to do my first Ironman triathlon. So that should be fun. And I also have a dream project planned, a really massive project. But unfortunately that's still a little bit of a secret. But first it's Mont Blanc and then the Ironman.
If that isn't inspiration enough to get you out adventuring, I don't know what is. See you tomorrow.